Porto. Let's walk and talk. So I am currently in Porto, and that's in Portugal. For those that are really bad at geography, I thought Lisbon had hills. Woo! Not even started yet. So what to do in Porto? Right, so the first activity, usually when I touch down in most cities, it's coffee time, but not today. The first thing is to take in some sights, get some history. Oh, I know it sounds boring, but you'll see this one will be slightly different. And this is the vehicle of choice. This is how I'm getting around today. So
it's colors too.
This is what church again?
Santo Ildefonso Church from the 18th century.
Right, we've got an 18th century church. I'll put the name on screen. Lovely. So check this church out. Right, so you're probably noticing there's loads of tiles everywhere, and this is signature for Portugal in general, and especially Porto. If you're wondering where I'm getting my knowledge from, I'm joined by an amazing guy today. His name's Tiago. You'll see him in a second. You want Tiago, give yourself a shout out?
Do the best city tour in Porto.
Oh yes, and that's your vehicle. Amazing. Right. So I just learned a really interesting fact. Why are there so many tiles? Well, it's to protect from humidity and the sea salt, because we are actually really close to the sea. All right, in the distance is a famous tower. Okay, so that used to be a gold cellar, and now it's become a chocolate cellar or chocolate shop. Yeah. I am stealing all of Tiago's lines today. It's true when he said it's a different type of gold. We do love chocolate. So we are passing an 18th century shopping street at the moment. Check this out.
Santa Catarina Street.
Santa Catarina Street.
That's the Majestic Coffee Shop, the 6th most beautiful coffee shop in the world.
Oh wow, the 6th most beautiful coffee shop in the world. I will be making a stop definitely at some point in this trip.
War in France. And when you come back here in Portugal, the same coffee shop has the same in Paris.
Yeah.
It was built in 1921. Of course, much more expensive than the other coffee shop here in Porto, but you pay the experience.
Of course, yeah. Wow. I'm very, very glad I chose this.
We are at Aliados Avenue, Ali's Avenue. And on the right, that's the City Hall of Porto. It was in 1958.
1958, yeah.
That's a neoclassic style.
Ah, wow. All these cool coffee shops. My days. All right, so this is the Lion Square.
On the left, it was the Science University before. Now it's turning a museum of arts and culture.
Right.
There's some congress for the students.
Lion Square. Right, so in front of us right now, we've got two churches that were built together, and I'm probably gonna steal all that knowledge again from Tiago, because I'm acting like I know what I'm talking about.
The right one, that's Carmel Church from the 18th century.
Right.
And the left one, Carmelita Church from the 17th century.
Oh, wow, yes.
In the past, it was forbidden to build two churches together.
Yeah.
So they built a little house at the middle to separate the two churches. About 1.5 meters at the middle, and it was the priest house from the right one. So why we got two churches here? Because the left one, it was for prayers, living like monks. So it was closed for the people.
Yeah.
On the left, we have the convent. Now it's turning a police station.
Right.
On the past, the church still closed for the people. That's why they decided to build the right one.
Yeah.
And both Catholic.
Cool.
The right one, you must pay the entrance to visit the church, the catacombs, and the hidden house in the middle.
Yeah.
The left one is free. And for me, the most beautiful inside, it's the left one, because that's a Baroque Rococo style. It means with a lot of details.
Yeah.
So if you want, you can have a quick look inside.
Yeah, I might do that. All right, let's go explore. Just before you even step in, just on the forecourt of the church, look at this.
Rezemos 3 Ave Marias, à pureza de Nossa Senhora, por todos os doentes, por todos os refugiados, por todos os sem-abrigo e pelas intenções do Papa Leão XIV. Ave Maria, cheia de graça, o Senhor é convosco. Bendita sois vós entre as mulheres, e bendito
So they were in the middle of prayer there, but that was very soothing. Quite nice. Quite nice to see a church actually busy for once. Okay, we're in Lions Square, and that's where the church is. So if you're trying to get over here, type in Lion Square on your maps, and then you'll probably find it. And just look out for that big fountain. And adjacent to that is the church. Right, so a really cool fact Tiago just told me, and if you're a Harry Potter fan, you're gonna like this. This fountain here, that fountain was used as inspiration for the fountain they use, I think, in the Ministry of Magic in Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling spent some time in Porto, so that's where she got the idea of black suits and the fountain. And black suits, I believe, she saw when she went to the library, which is the red flag in the distance. That's where that is. The more you know, right? Okay, let's continue. Just a thought about the church, really. I'm actually blown away of how beautiful it was. Had lots of color and vibrancy in it. This hospital is still going from 200 years ago, the San Antonio Hospital. And that's a clear shot right there.
These are the same.
Wow.
For example, this one has 6 strings on the same base, 1,000 years old.
So Tiago was just saying those trees that you just saw a minute ago, they're 1,000 years old. Right. You see Lady Justice there? That's the courthouse, and that was built 50 years ago.
Yep. It was the jail.
Right.
Now it's turned into a photography museum.
So from prison to photography museum, it's good to see that a lot of these really nice big buildings are being put to good use.
In front, that's the Clérigos Tower. That's a church from the 19th century.
Wow.
That's the highest monument in Portugal. Only the tower, it's about 76 meters. That was a lighthouse for the boats. It doesn't look like very high, but we are the highest point of the city now.
Wow.
It's the highest monument. Not the tallest, but the highest.
Highest, yeah.
240 steps to go up.
Wow. All right, excuse the bad angles, but we are in my favorite part of the city now, the medieval part. I do love a good medieval city, a medieval part of a city, and Porto has a quarter. So let's check this out.
From 17th century.
Yeah.
Monastery São Bento da Vitória, 70.
Yeah.
Of course, we don't have monks anymore.
Yeah.
But when we don't use the buildings, we convert in other things. For example, this one, we have the library, the museum, and we have some fado concerts. And the monastery is from the 17th century.
Yeah. I definitely want to check out a fado concert.
Here, it was a Jewish ghetto before, until the 15th century. So after the reconquest against the Moors, against the Muslims, the Christians forced the people to convert to the Christianity. Yeah. So the richest one, of course, they left the country, but the poor ones, they must do.
Yeah, they stayed. Yeah.
Convert to the Christianity, or we'll be dead.
Yeah.
And we can see actually some secret things in the architecture. Yeah. I will show you which one.
Cool.
So just right here we have the church. It was a synagogue before.
Ah, right.
So it was a synagogue before they destroyed.
Ah, right. That's why they've got the star.
And we replace it by her Victorian literature from the 16th century.
Yeah.
So one of the secret things we have on the architecture from the Jewish. Yeah. So you can see these 2 little windows. Yeah. We have some buildings from the 17th until 19th century. Yeah. And these 2 little windows represent the David stars.
Ah, right. We've got this. There's a viewpoint just ahead of us right now. So if you're Tiago, right. So the viewpoint ahead. Oh, right. Lovely. My favorite. Right. I mean, if you're thinking about coming in December, do it, because we're just saying it's cold, but it's not as cold as places as London or Germany.
Here, never freezing, never snowing.
Yeah.
For us, it's cold.
Yeah. All right. Look at the view. Wow. Got a bridge in the distance.
So the bridge was built by a student of Gustav Eiffel in 1886.
Oh wow. I know I said coffee time could probably wait, But with this weather and sightseeing, coffee just goes down really, really well. So let's check out this place here. Okay. Right, so you cannot come to Portugal and have a coffee, in my opinion, without banging out one of these bad boys right here. How do you pronounce it? Whilst I've got you know.
Pastel de nata.
Okay, exactly. Pastel de nata. Nata. Anyway, who cares? Let's eat. That is a snack you need. This is a very good coffee break. Thank you, Tiago, for the recommendation. Victoria Coffee Shop. Coffee's good. And the pastels are banging. I think I'm going to be saying a lot of that during this trip.
So the McDonald's is just right here in front.
All right.
We're gonna stop.
Guess where the world's most beautiful McDonald's is? That's right, Porto. Let's check it out. So this building used to be called the Imperial Coffee Shop. It's now an Imperial McDonald's. Look at that statue.
I'm doing.
God, yeah. High ceilings. Oh, wow. That was interesting. I wonder what it looked like when it was a coffee shop. But classic Mackie D's on the inside, but a really nice building. So if you're wondering where to find the Mackie D's, it's on Aliados Avenue. And just look how grand the architecture is here. City Hall is all the way at the top, but I don't think I can zoom in.
So it's forbidden to destroy the facade.
Ah, yeah, you can see the shells of the outer buildings and they're doing work on the inside. That's pretty cool. So the whole city is a UNESCO heritage site.
From 1996.
Wow, from 96. Not bad. I would never have been able to tell you this. All right,
It's a part of the City Hall too.
All right,
and
so that's
both built together at the same time.
okay.
This building is from 1958 and City Hall also is the same.
All right, so let's try and get a shot of City Hall in the distance. Yeah, there we go, in the distance. That's City Hall. Porto's a really interesting city in that you drive from one part, you got medieval. You get to another part and you've got classic. And yeah, it's quintessentially European. This building on the left, the gold with the gold, right? Okay, so that is a market. Oh, wow, that is a really nice market. Okay, we're gonna have to come back to this place, but let's quickly have a quick look at Boleajo Market. It'll have the sign outside anyway. Right, I'm gonna need time to come back to this place. It looks pretty cool. Loads of stores. Probably loads of food to try. Anyway, let's carry on. Also, around the corner from Boleajo Market is a coffee house that's supposed to do one of the best pastels as well. So we're gonna have to come back to that as well. Tiago's pimpmobile. I've brought the London weather with me. It's raining. But that hasn't dampened our mood at all because number one, we're smart enough to get in a covered tuk-tuk, which is fantastic. So don't need to slow down and we're still moving at pace, which is great. Next stop, the monastery. And look at that for a view. Beautiful. And look at this side.
And on the left, that's Maria Pia Bridge.
Yep.
And this one, the architect was Gustav Eiffel, 1978.
So this metal bridge, which you can see in the distance, was created by Gustav Eiffel. The same guy that created the Eiffel Tower. Again, I would never have known that. We are leaving the parameters of Porto and we are going, where are we going again, Tiago?
Vila Nova de Gaia.
Vila Nova de Gaia.
It means new city from the earth in Portugal.
Okay.
Definitely we are alone at the monastery.
So we've arrived at the monastery, which is to my right.
So it's from the 16th century and that's a part of a military base. So against the British, the British tried to invade this monastery to create a military base.
Right.
That's a high point to defend position.
Yeah.
The British lost the battle. After that, the Portuguese took the same idea and created a military base. It's still active for 2 centuries. So all the convent it's used by the military base.
Yeah.
And the part we see now, that's the church, and that's the only one church built around in the Europe. That's the only one like this.
Oh wow. And again, it's December, but you know the perks of coming at this time. Yes, the weather's not so good, but you get the whole place to yourself. Just look. Actually, case in point, forget my viewpoint on that. Look at this.
So we can see the fortress from the 14th century, fortress of the city.
Storybox Audio.
Absolutely brilliant.
So you can see the colors of the houses.
Yeah.
So on the
Try to zoom in on that if I can.
So in the past, who living in front of the river and who living in front of the ocean, it was the fishers. And the fishers, it wasn't the richest people. So what they do, they took the paint of the boat and they painting the houses with the same paint of the boat. That's why we have this kind of tone in the colors of the houses.
I mean, this place must look stunning come summertime, because right now it looks beautiful. I'm trying to think of what it reminds me of, Tiago. Something out of, I want to say Harry Potter, but one of those rom-com movies. A shot of the metro crossing the bridge. It's pretty cool. Stunning.
Storybox Audio.
So down there in the distance, you've got Moro Garden. And the purpose of that is to catch sunsets. Now that's what you call vibes. I see someone's, people have been trying to put locks on the bridge, trying to start a tradition. But every city I go to, the council or the local area, whoever's managing it, municipality office, will tend to cut them off. And let's see how long they survive for. Interesting. All right, nice one. And down the hill we go again. So much influence in Porto. You know, you've got all sorts of architecture styles, from Moorish to Gothic to modern. There's everything. All right, so we're leaving Gaia and we are back. Well, we're crossing over back to Porto. So yeah, if you want to come see the missionary, come over to Gaia. Fantastic viewpoints. Must be done.
Storybox Audio.
I'll try to leave a link if you want to book this in the description. It's definitely worth doing, and especially as if you're coming in the winter months. I mean, even the summer months, you can't really beat it. It's such a cool, unique way to get around. And look at this view. We're at the riverfront. Different flags. And these belong to different wine houses because, of course, Porto is famous for port wine. Okay, we're about to wrap this up and try something else for the evening.